Start this meeting. First of all, thanks for everybody coming out tonight, and I think it's a very important part of our city and our growth in our city. Before we get started, I'm going to amend the agenda. We're going to add a mission statement that we've established, and so I want to bring that forward to everybody here. The council, so we're going to do that a little bit later. We're going to do that down at the bottom under after the B, the chairman. I'll just bring it up there. We're going to table the committees and creation of the appointments right now because of a conflict that we were unaware of until just recently. So let's make it a motion. I need a motion to adopt the agenda. Add the mission statement to the agenda. So can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we adopt the amended agenda.
Okay. Can I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Okay. All right. Can I have a approval of the March 8th, 2021 minutes? Can I have a move to adopt that agenda? Oh, that's right, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We need to vote on that. Can I have a show of hands? Okay.
In favor.
And all those in favor and those are opposed? Excuse me. Okay, thanks, Barry. All right, now let's go on to the approval of the minutes for the March meeting. Has everybody read those? I hope everything is fine. Can I have a move to adopt that, approval of that, those minutes?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All those favor, say aye. Aye, okay. All right. This is going to be a great night because we've got a lot of new business activities that's going to take place in our little community. But I guess what I'll do is start at the back of the room and ask those people who are here tonight that have new businesses. And I'd like for you to stand up and say who you are and what your building is and what you think you're going to do with your businesses, and from there. And if you don't know, that's fine. So I'll start in the back with John.
Thanks, Jack. John McMurray, I'm Angry Mama's Auction Company. We're really on 35 Mark Whitfield now. And so we are an online auction company. And we have done some live events. That's why I'm here tonight, because closing down Stegall could really make an interesting option for us in partnership with Pinley Creek too. So we're excited about it. We've been in business a little over 3 years. Some of y'all may not even know that. But half our business is online, so that's what we do.
Thank you, John. Daniel?
Hey guys, my name is Daniel Briarty. I'm the owner of Pinley Creek Brewing Company. For us, we want to have more outdoor seating for patrons and also hold more outdoor events such as live music, theater, like movies. We want to do outdoor movies, etc. Thanks, I'm a horrible speaker, by the way. This is not my forte, so. One beer.
Daniel, thank you for being here.
Harrison, just keep making beer.
Yeah. Okay, Nick and his lovely wife. Introduce her, please.
My name is Nick Flint. This is my wife, Maddie Flint. We own 61 and 69 North Main Street. Currently leased by LC Taco Bar. It's opening hopefully maybe next month on the corner there, and then also Jack's Coffee Company. So we obviously want what's best for our tenants, and I think that this potential expansion on Stegall Street could be beneficial. But we're happy to be a part of the Jasper community. My folks actually, they couldn't make it, but they wanted me to mention that they wish they could have made it. They actually have the Woodbridge Inn, another property across the street on Main Street there, 30 North Main Street. So we're happy to be a part of the downtown Jasper community.
Thank you, Nick.
Thanks, John.
Jay, you want to stand up?
My name is Jay Cornelius. We are exploring a couple of spots to put in a wine specialty store. I'd like to thank the mayor and the city manager for the recent amendments to the ordinances to allow that to happen. We're super excited to bring it here to Jasper and to participate in all this good stuff happening on Main Street.
Thank you, Jay. And we look forward to the opportunity to help you any way we can.
Thank you.
Dr. Keller, you want to stand up and say a few words?
Yeah, I'm Robert Keller. I just provided everybody hopefully with 4 overheads. 2 of them were just taken of the area today as it stands. One is a planometric in regards to the length and width of the area that we're looking at. And the other one is a crosswalk where they had hopscotch going across the crosswalk. Don't just think of what we're going to do with the area where the tables would be, but also think about the things that we could potentially do as you go down Stegall towards the school. You've got a crosswalk there that we could do something of that ilk to where it would bring people to do more things and make that an event area. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Keller. Did I miss anyone? Okay. Well, again, we appreciate y'all being here. We, you know, this is what our little town's about, is growing, and we're looking forward to doing things with y'all and improving our city, and with y'all growing as well. So we're looking forward to that opportunity. Does anybody from the authority want to say anything about anything on this behalf or this downtown business?
Just honored to have everyone here, and we appreciate you guys being here, and appreciate what you guys are going to bring to the community. Thank you.
Second that.
Reiterate what they've said.
Okay. All right. With that, I guess we'll start with, well, we go to the old business, which is, there's really nothing there. So we're going to start with new business, and that's going to be Stegall Drive. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Green Suttles and let him start, and we're going to talk about what we, this has been a project that we've been working on for several weeks, folks, and I say we, the downtown authority, and we're looking forward to it, and we've been talking to the mayor and the city manager about this. So it's been a great teamwork established here, and so I'll let Green continue.
But don't forget Kirk Raphael. Councilman Raphael has buttonholed me and said, you know, we need to get going on this now.
Right.
And so that's kind of got us motivated there. Many people have already seen drawings of what we're talking about, but simply put, what we want to do is take the 2 eastern parking spaces, left and right, and paint them out into a pedestrian-only use. We're going to come up with some sort of bright color that's very attractive, but very obviously not street. And then protect that space with planters. The sketches show, because this is tactical urbanism, it's all portable, inexpensive, existing stuff. We don't spend anything elaborate, large amounts of money on anything permanent, because the whole idea is to do this on a temporary basis. To that end, the planters down the street are whiskey barrel planters, and the big planters at the head of the street and foot of the street to protect the parking spaces are galvanized 6-foot water troughs with plants in them and material. So if you bumped into one of those, you know it. But the idea being is, the general idea is this, but following on the plans that Brandon has gotten from a designer, that we will paint the street to 1 lane, narrow it down to 1 lane in the middle. We will stripe that in white road stripe, and then outside of that, those 2 parking spaces will then be about 12 feet wide each, and we will put the picnic tables on that, and there will be plenty of room for other things. Then, as far as closing is concerned, that is a very ephemeral thing. As somebody asked me the other day, what was going to impact schools? If you never come down there except to pick up and drop off your child at school, you will never see the road closed. If you come downtown only 8 to 5 to work, whatever, if you leave at 5 o'clock, you will never see the road closed. So the talking is evenings, generally during the hours that the restaurants and Penley Creek are open, and to appropriate early closing hours, so it's not rude or inappropriate, and then maybe Sunday afternoons. You know, and so that way, it's when people want to go out and have fun, then we can put cones out, block the street, and here we go. The drawings that people have seen that the city council and that Brandon put out, those are just one idea, and it's iterative. What I mean by that is, I'm expecting everybody involved, you know, Ladera and Angry Mamas and Penley Creek, to adapt and develop the idea. What if we do this? Well, by all means. What if we want this and do that? We keep adding to it, you know, whether it be other types of furniture, other types of features, whatever. You know what I mean? We just adapt and create our space. And then the elegant thing about this that I'm most excited about, and Brandon's way ahead of the rest of us, and he's ducking back there, ignoring me. But the fact of the matter is if we do this right over the next 2 years, we will have an exact definition of what we want that street to be. We hand it to the designer, and he delivers us exactly what we want without a miss. And I'm excited about that whole prospect. But the point is all of this is temporary, all of it's mobile, and so if we do something and somebody doesn't like it, we can change it in a matter of hours, if not minutes. So it's very elegant that way. In the back here is a little sign-up sheet for donations. The last things we've got are 3 picnic tables left to donate. Robert's wife, Amberly, the president of the chamber, in like an hour had most of the things donated. People signed up, so she stood down, give anybody here an opportunity to as well join in and do that, and if you wanted to sponsor something. Also is a volunteer sign-up list. We will be planning right now 25th, is that correct?
Right.
Saturday the 25th is our target day to do the project. So what we hope to do is, because the seating areas under the picnic tables will be painted with house paint, and everybody knows house paint does not like oily surfaces, and that is asphalt. We will pressure wash and degrease the street and hopefully get enough aggregate for the paint to stick at least for a year, maybe. And but the point is we will do that and be ready the night before. We paint it, we'll stripe the street, and then with any luck we'll have all the stuff set the next day and set the furniture in it. Biggest part of the project, other than painting the parking spaces, is adding 2x6 extended legs on one side of the picnic table to level them up. And after that, we're done. Any questions?
Does anybody have any questions? And again, this is y'all's drive, if you will, Stegall Drive. Okay, go ahead.
So if we close off the street and a car still manages to come down and I have an event going on, whose liability is it?
I don't know the answer to that question.
That's my concern right
Yeah,
there.
well, my proposal is we do what we need to close the street, even if we have to park a car crossways against it, at this crosswalk. You know what I mean? My original idea that was vetoed, because Amberly said, no, the sawhorses on Main Street, was to create a couple of cheap 2x4 sawhorses, named banners on them. Something, very inexpensive to visually close the street. But we'll put a row of cones across the front, and if we feel uncomfortable, then we'll park a car there. We have plenty of room, you know what I mean? So, once again, quick, simple, cheap, mobile, be creative, easy,
Would there also be some barrier on Mark Whitfield and parallel?
Cones down there on Mark Whitfield, yeah. What we're hoping to do, and then I haven't even told Jack this, but if it's possible, we could possibly we'll narrow the lane down to about 16 feet is the width that the professional designer laid out to one lane on the fancy design, and it was a 16-foot lane. And we will narrow down with using the big galvanized 6-foot planters to narrow that down. So hopefully it'll be obvious that this is a one-way street, but if we need to, we paint an arrow at the foot of the street so it's obvious. And I've even mentioned to Lonnie about the possibility of getting another stop sign on the left instead of just the right, so that it's even more obvious that that's a one-way street with one lane and less likely people to turning in. But cones are cheap, and I understand there's lots of extra ones in town these days, compliments of Georgia Power.
Has anybody got any conflicts with the colors we're looking at? Are y'all okay with bright colors? When we first, I'll just tell you, we've met with 3 or 4 business owners on Friday and a couple on Monday. And so this is y'all's drive. We want this to be your event. And so I want it to be what y'all want as far as colors, whatever else you want. We talked about the whiskey drums and the big metal drums, old tanks, if you will. Has anybody got, I just want to make sure, we're going, if you look, I think it's where I'm trying to go through my notes here. You should have a picture on the left and right where it's sort of a lime green. Has anybody got any problems with that? I want to make sure that's perfect.
We're proposing that, we propose to hand this over to Cindy DeMayo and
Okay.
let her pick the final color.
Okay.
Something bright, that way we
But
can have a
again-
professional designer come up with a beautiful color. And that was not me, and I didn't do it, that was Amberly, so, you know. The idea being, she thought it would be fun, but the idea being, remember, the goal of the painting on the space is very simple. We want a person in a car, anytime, day or night, when they turn onto that street, they see the bright colors on the ground and they know, wait a minute, this isn't a normal street, I'm in a different kind of place. It, you know, and it makes them a little bit more aware, a little bit more cautious, a little slower. And so that makes everybody safer, particularly when there's nothing particularly going on. Maybe there's somebody just sitting there, you know, having a cup of coffee with their family on the bench, you know, and the drivers are being a little more cautious by bright colors, and you know. So, but we can decide to paint the crosswalk a kaleidoscope of colors if we want to, or create a, you know what I mean, something to make it obvious you're not in the middle of the highway anymore.
Can everybody see this? I want you to look, it's the second page. You got, first is a drawing, and then, I mean, it's not a drawing, it's a picture. And this is the second one. This is a little bit different from what we're going to be doing. If you notice, on where the brewery is, that is parking spaces going diagonally. Those are going to be reversed.
Well, that's permanent now, that's the permanent plan. We're
I know
not messing with parking spaces.
But we're going, on the other side is parallel. We're going to switch that so we can get more room on the Finley side, and there'll be a 16-foot road going down through there, and as Green said, that's for a fire truck to come down through there, buses to come down there if they need to come through, which the buses are not coming through there now. It's just cars, adults picking up their kids, so it's more or less cars. Does everybody understand that? Has anybody got anything they want to add to?
Jack?
Yes, sir.
One of the things that frightens me is kind of amplified on what you guys said back there. We see so many people going the wrong way, and it's clearly marked one-way street that just come right back up to Main Street, up Stegall. I wish you guys would look at bollards that snap into place that are a little bit more prominent than cones. I'll pay for them. New Orleans, who does this stuff all the time, that stops traffic in certain areas, they use these bollards that slide into place, and having them, and a determined car will still crash through it. But I think it's a little bit more of an ominous, you know, 3.5-foot cone that sticks up high. Please examine that, because having those, they're on the grooves and they snap right into place, and I'm just afraid that cones, brightly colored paint, I think they'll charge through them and they go, I never even saw them.
Okay, well, we'll definitely look into that.
Just-
I appreciate it, Doc. Anybody else got anything they want to add? Okay. With that, I'm going to step back here just a minute, and I'm going to turn, let me get to my agenda again, hang on just a second. I haven't really talked that much, other than this has been an ongoing project that we've been doing for several months, at least a month. And we've talked to the, like I say, Brandon and the mayor and a lot of the council. And we were at a meeting last week, or 2 weeks ago. The council had a meeting, and so we were there. And Green got up and talked, and I amended to what he had to say. So they're very excited about this as well. So I just want y'all to know that. With that, I'm going to let two council people talk. Jim, if you want to start to say something first. Well, let me do this first. Let the mayor talk first, and then we'll let the council talk.
Number one, Cindy DeMayo was my daughter, and I did not know this until tonight, that she was going to be anything to do with the colors of the city of Jasper.
She may not know either. She knows.
But here again, I will also tell you that I have enough confidence in her abilities that whatever she comes up with will look really good. So that out of the way, that I want to thank everyone on the Downtown Development Authority for what they have done. You know, we envision a partnership with the Downtown Development Authority and with the city of Jasper and with economic development and with all of our downtown merchants. So what we're seeing tonight is what comes of a result of a lot of different people doing this for a long time and trying to get things together, getting the right people on the bus, so to speak, and from that then we can have good things happen. So what we're seeing here will continue on, and the fact that it's going to be temporary, I'm not going to worry about that so much. I think that we will do whatever we have to make sure that no matter what we're doing, it's going to be safe for everyone. You know, we haven't, Breen and I had a conversation earlier about the potential of having some type of an arrestment, what did you call that?
The barricades.
Some type of barricades
Barricade.
on the street itself, because if you've got tables out there, then you don't want a little child to be able to run out into what could be a traffic pattern. So you've got to take care of that type of thing first. I love the bollard idea. Don't know how much that costs yet, but that does not mean that it's not doable for us as a city and not doable for downtown development. We'll always do that. So the second thing I want to do is welcome all of you for coming out. Thank you so much for taking an interest in our city, and I believe that all of us working together will do better than any one of us working by themselves. And thank you so much.
Mr. Logan?
Well, I too want to thank everyone for being here and understand that this is a step that council's been working on for a number of years now. Pandemic slowed the city down. Now's the time to get back working on this. And I appreciate the community becoming as involved as they are on Stegall. At the same time, the area that we put parking on some time ago, there will be some work done on the existing building there, the old drive-through for the bank, make some restrooms downtown. Excited about that. The other thing that isn't going to happen overnight, but it has been before council for a number of years now, is what to do with what we call the Roper Hospital, Perot, and pool properties that the city owns. Some very exciting concepts have been drawn up. There are no decisions yet, but some exciting concepts that could include an amphitheater, possibly moving the food, farmer's market, thank you, there, and even discussions of splash parks and more restrooms downtown. Again, that's not going to happen overnight, but because of some support we got from Robert and the Conservancy, we have some concept plans that we will be able to move on soon, and that's very exciting. Downtown area is very important to the city of Jasper, and I think these efforts are a good sign that it's something that people are going to accept. So thank you for being here.
Doc?
Well, this is, I'm Sonny Proctor, I'm one of the city councilmen. This is a culmination of a lot of effort from a lot of different people for a long time. And a lot of those folks were sitting on our DDA. We have a lot of things that we are already working on as it relates to downtown. But the more exciting part is that we have money set aside for it. We had a hard-fought SPOS approval several years ago, and Parks and Recreation was one of the things that we dedicated monies to. Mr. Looney's already touched on some of those projects, restrooms, the Perot Park, and now the Stegall area, which I know came before council a year and a half or so ago to block that off. We're in a position now, I think, where we can do things that are exciting. We want to do them right. We have good legal representation, municipal law, who can tell us how to navigate liability issues. It's just a different day, a new day, and we're glad to have you all take part of it, part in it. And we really, really do appreciate that y'all are sharing in the excitement. If there's anything we can do to help you, just reach out to us, and we'll be glad to listen to you and see if we can come up with a plan. So, Thank y'all.
Thank you, Sonny.
Thank you, Jack.
I know there's two people just came in, or actually there's more than that. I think the owner of the Mexican Taco,
That's right.
Mr. Lupe, would you stand up and say and tell what your name, sir, and what your plans are? And
Right, I'm Lupe Fortes. We're obviously very excited to present LC Taco Bar. And we do have a couple other restaurants, two in LJ, one in Canton and one in Springfield. The plan is to bring not just your typical Mexican restaurant. We're focusing more to be more of a tapas place with some nice fresh drinks and obviously have more of a, if we can, to have more of a late night, not late night, but I guess I like to bring more of an atmosphere to the town. So that's the plan, and hopefully that will be a good fit for Jasper.
thank you, sir. I appreciate you being here tonight. I know there's a lady, just if you'll stand up and tell your name.
I'm Jenna. This is Tyler, Lexi, and Emma. We're with Raven and Bear.
And so what do you have? Just because a lot of people don't know where you're at and so on and so forth.
So we have a spiritual center. Most of us are ordained, so we're able to do things. We have crystals and different things, but we also do a lot of spiritual things, and we accept everyone for who they are, how they are. We appreciate all beings in the state and place that they're at, their beliefs, and we just hope to grow and bring Jasper together. We have a very family feeling in our store, and we just really want to bring that atmosphere to Jasper.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Did I miss anybody else? Okay. Does the authority have anything they want to say on this Stegall Drive? Anybody?
I just say it's exciting. I mean, I think Councilman Proctor said it best by saying that this has been a long-awaited process, and you know, we're kind of coming to a place, I think, right now where things are moving in a very positive direction, and it is because of the work of several different entities working together for a common goal, and that's satisfying, but it's also really exciting. And I'll echo the comments that we're glad you're here, so thank you for your support.
Thanks. Want to hear anybody else? With that, as I said, the committee creation and appointments, we're going to table that tonight because there was conflict in one of the names, and so we're going to try to come up with another name. There's been 3 or 4 of us been working on a mission statement for the Downtown Development Authority. We've been working on this for about a month now. We have established a vision and a mission statement, and at this time, and I'm going to read this to it. I'm going to pass these out to some of my authorities up here so they have one. With that, I'm going to read it, and I hope you like what we've done here. Jasper will be a city known for its historic heritage, the vital heart of a vibrant community, the treasured, breathtaking beauty of the foothills, and the proud to be known as the first mountain city. That is our vision, okay? Our mission, Downtown Development Authority will foster and encourage cooperative public-private efforts to design spaces and landscapes where people can appreciate the jewels of the shared historic heritage in order to sustain, grow, develop, and enhance economic prosperity and community well-being. We've been working real hard on this, and I think it's appropriate what we've done here, and I hope you like what we've done. With that, has anybody else got anything they want to add or say from the authority? We're just about through here. So, is anybody from the out here in the delegation like to say anything before we adjourn? Okay. With that, I need a move to adjourn for the meeting tonight.
So move.
Second. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? No. All right, so thank y'all for being here. I'd like to sit for some of you downtown business owners to stand around for a few minutes and let's talk. But I hope you're happy about what's fixing to occur, and we look forward to working with each and every one of you. Have a great night. Thank you.